It's time for Transport Line, the program that showcases the contributions of all modes of transportation to the socio-economic growth and development of our nation, Africa, and the world at large. Transport Line is being beamed to you from the Center of Excellence, the state of aquatic splendor, and Africa's fifth largest economy, Lagos. I am Shino Ilegbede, and thanks for being part of the program. Few months ago, there was a baton change in terms of leadership role at the Lagos State Sector Command of the Federal Road Safety Corps. A new man was brought in. Well, new in the sense that he was handed over the mantle of leadership of that particular command. He's in part of the sector command in Lagos. I'm referring to Mr. Patrick Davoe. And the change of guard happened when we were about to review the activities of the Lagos State Command of the Federal Safety Corps. It's a traditional thing we normally conduct on Transport Line. And he was supposed to come in, especially today, but exigency of duty has taken him to Abuja. But like they say, there should be no lacuna because we don't want any vacuum. He has sent in his second in command in the person of Mr. Lucas Ogunatade, who is going to talk to us as regards the activities of that command in the past 4 months, so to say. Or 3 months, sorry, 3 months. So you're welcome to the program, Mr. Ogunatade.
Thank you. Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to be here.
Yes, Mr. Ogunatade, thank God you too, you've been part of the system in the sense that you are not just brought in from other commands.
Yes.
Lagos State, with all respect to other commands, we look at Lagos State as the most active and the most hardworking in terms of traffic management. It complements other agencies in Lagos State. So, for the second quarter of this year, how was it like?
Once again, it's my pleasure to be here, and I want to appreciate that recognition and compliment. Lagos is, I think, about the busiest metropole in Nigeria, yeah. When you talk in terms of traffic volume. And as such, it will require more energy, more vigor from the personnel that are in charge of traffic management. To the glory of God, the second quarter of the year has passed, and we can describe it to a very large extent as a very successful quarter that is going in terms of traffic management. The number one goal, corporate strategic goal of FRSC is to ensure 5% reduction in road traffic crash deaths and injury. That is at the end of the year, this year, 2024, to ensure that we accomplish 5% reduction. So, and that is our yardstick of measurement. So, considering it quarter by quarter, the second quarter, we are able to achieve that 5% reduction. That is over what we recorded in the first quarter. So going by that record, invariably at the end of this year, there is no doubt we are going to achieve that 5% reduction for that year and across board. It has been a quarter full of activities. To start with, for us to ensure that we achieve that aim, necessary logistics was provided in terms of vehicles, that's patrol vehicles, in terms of rescue vehicles, ambulances, tow truck to remove obstruction and all that. And even when you talk of readiness, in terms of training, capacity building for personnel, we have it. So there are a lot of strategy that was put in place. Number one, we have 4 weeks in a month. For each of this week, there are different programs. That is for all the 3 months. Number one, for the first week, we have what we call Operation Eagle Eye. That is whereby you ensure compliance to all traffic rules and regulations. It is general special patrol across all our commands formation. Then for the second week, we have what we call Operation Safe Haven. That is to ensure that basically it is a special operation that will deal with driving and drinking. That is preaching against drinking, especially alcohol, while you are driving. The operation is such that you deploy a digital breathalyzer, that whoever that is suspected or arrested, you test them to know the level of
alcohol in your system.
Yes. So whoever that is found wanting, you definitely apprehend and bring charge to court or either made to pay fines. Then we have what we call a special operation, that is kill the speed. Operation killed the speed. The management deployed to us digital
gun.
Yes, speed gun, radar gun, speed
yeah.
radar gun,
yes.
that we use for that special patrol, the third week.
Yeah.
Third week, throughout that week, that is the special operation that we carry out to ensure that people conform to the regulated speed on all this, especially on the express along the major corridor. Don't forget, it is expected that no category of vehicle is allowed to run beyond 100 kilometers per hour. So if you are running 105, definitely you have run foul of the law. So for the third week, that is the special operation that we carry out. Then the last week of the month now is an intervention patrol that goes across all commands. We call it intra-command special patrol. That is a situation whereby one command will be mobilized to join forces with a nearest command. So it's a kind of pair that if you do it today, it is the two of you that are very close this today, then the following day you interchange. So all along like that. And apart from that, this is our homegrown initiative in Lagos. That is in addition to the directive of the headquarters. You see, ensuring that you stem down the tide of road traffic crash, it has to do with changing of attitude. How do we change our attitude, that driver's attitude? Most of the road traffic accidents we record is as a result of attitude. They are man-made, they are avoidable. So there is need for us to get to the root, and getting to the root involves ensuring that people get maximum enlightenment on what to do and what not to do, especially when they are using the road. So we take this to a higher level for engaging in advocacies. We have been doing it before, but we ensure that we stem it up, especially the second quarter, even up to now. Number one, every day you deploy personnel to major motor parks, talking to them, ensuring that you monitor them, monitor the drivers, monitor the condition of their vehicles to ensure that the vehicles are roadworthy. So we intensify efforts in this direction. Then beyond that, for the advocacy, okay. Church, mosque advocacies and public places, there is a special program that we carry out every quarter. That is, we call it free vehicle safety check. It is not all the time we go to the road to book people, to bring people to book, for them to make fines or for them to face magistrate for prosecution and all that. It is not all the time. There is something we do quarterly, such that you only go to the road when you stop a motorist. What you do is you inspect the vehicle to check if there are defaults. So any defaults that is observed, you call the attention of the driver to it. for them to go and make necessary repairs or amendment. So all these defaults, you register them, and you talk to them, you enlighten them. At the end of the day, you hand over such observations to them. So for second quarter, it was done in a very special way. In a very special way, because we made sure we visited most of the public offices, local government offices, even the state secretariat, all general hospitals, big banks, and all that. That means we took that campaign to more people, more than what we had in the first quarter. So all this coming together at the end of the day gave us a better performance over the first quarter.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ogunatade, for that brief report as regards how the second quarter went. Transport Line is particularly interested in the issue of motorists engaged in excessive speeding, especially hotspots. The Third Mainland Bridge was recently rehabilitated and opened to the reopened to the public. But one has observed that the issue of speeding beyond 80 km/h is still is commonplace, to say the least. So what are the strategies in place to check this? Rather gone, or do you have your men? Where do we? Because every day we still look. Yesterday I was taken aback. 4 lanes, and you see the way people were driving as if they are on the racing track. Not only that, the way they are exchanging lanes without consideration for other road users. If one is not engaged in defensive driving, not only my own self, many motorists, it could have been a disaster. But that is why, often and not, since the reopening of the Third Mainland Bridge, we've heard about, especially commercial buses, trying to go into the lagoon. So what specifically has been the strategies in place by the FRSC Lagos State Sector Command to see that this issue of excessive speeding is drastically reduced and curtailed, ditto the issue of dangerous overtaking?
Well, that's a very good observation. You see, when the road was rehabilitated, it was supposed to be to the benefit of every one of us. We are all happy. But it's unfortunate that so many of us now turn it to a race track, which is not supposed to be like that. It is an observation that has been a source of concern to us. And based on that, we have organized, I think, for more than 4, 5, 6, 7 times now, special patrols with the use of radar gun on that Third Mainland Bridge to ensure that at least when people, if they are arrested, in about 3 of these operations, they were mobile courts. They were mobile. I remember a particular one where about 42 offenders were presented before the magistrate and all found guilty of speeding. So that was not the only time. We have done it repeatedly, and in an effort to ensure that we achieve maximum result, even we are equally talking with the state traffic management agency too for collaboration, such that if you are we are firing the cylinders now from both fronts, yes, definitely we are going to achieve maximum result. And in the recent time now, we are deploying a permanent team on that bridge around Adeniji, that is outward Lagos. That's where they stay. Yes. In most cases, at least to do traffic calming. To do traffic calming and ensure that people conform to normal speed. Yes. So we are not relenting at all. And we are in serious talk, even beyond LASMA, even the state government, because it's also a source of concern to them.
Another hotspot to road users in Lagos State in the last quarter
Yes.
was the end of the Tomiland Bridge. Kara Bridge specifically.
As Lagos Ibadan.
Yes, Lagos Ibadan. I
Long
found
Bridge.
that the joint,
Long
that,
Bridge.
Long Bridge, the joint that the one and has still been repaired, gave a lot of people headache because majority of the road users did not conform to the regulation, traffic management of your command and that of your counterpart in Ogun State. Was there any violators that you apprehend? What was the end result of your exercise at that particular hotspot?
On a daily basis, there are violators. There are violators. It is just unfortunate, and we continue to try our best to ensure that we get the best. The experience during the total rehabilitation of that road, I think, is still very fresh. And for us to exercise a little bit of patience now, that a final solution is being given to the expansion joints, there is need for us to be patient. A lot of strategy were put in place with our counterparts in Ogun State. And now, with the way it is now, it is not the full stretch of the road that is being worked upon, but certain segments. So that means if you are patient enough, by the time you are out of the segment that is being worked on, you have you can move faster. When you are out of the area where the construction is ongoing. But what we see is, because of lack of patience, the road is narrowed down as it is now in those areas to 2 lanes, just to 2 lanes. But a situation whereby there is a problem that is at times may not be avoidable, probably a slight breakdown of, even if it is a small vehicle. Don't forget, it is narrowed to 2 lanes. For us to, even if there is prompt response for a towing vehicle to get to that spot, there has to be, at least you sort out some vehicles to pave way. So within that short period of time, because of lack of patience, now you see people driving against traffic, the way they are not supposed to drive and all that. In fact, in that process, at times lead to accident, minor accident at times that will add more
to the problem
on ground. But by and large, on a daily basis, we keep arresting for that is violation of to traffic warnings and traffic signs. But that, even we have collaboration too with other agencies, But I think with our effort at informing people, giving people adequate information, there is continuous improvement in behavior as far as the axis of that Long Bridge is concerned. Yes.
Mr. Ogunatade, still on the bridges.
Yes.
Let's go back to the Lagos Mainland end of metropolitan Lagos. We've spoken about Tomiland Bridge. We have Kata Bridge and we have Eko Bridge. What is being done to see that even those who make use of Eko Bridge, Kata Bridge, Eko Bridge, directly you want to link Sulere to Apapa Road, Sulere, Ikorodu Road, Kata Bridge, from there you move into Ido, Ebutemeta, and you know what is being done, because especially when it is homeward bound, after close of work, what really is being done? The experience is not, they say, some people marvel, other Nigerians, how do we survive in Lagos? Because on a daily basis, when you spend about average of 4 hours on the road, economic and health implication is not that funny. So what is being done?
Well, you will agree with me that when these bridges were constructed, especially the Eko and the Kata Bridge were constructed, the number of vehicles we had then
in Lagos,
they are not up to 20% of what we have
Today.
And ever since then, has the size of the bridge increased? Is there any way to increase the width of that bridge?
That is why we have agencies
even despite
like you.
the 80% increase in
That
volume
is why
of
we have
the-
agencies like you.
That
and
is
last
why
one,
we
to keep the traffic moving.
So that is why we need to realize this, that there is need for us to conform to instructions,
Good.
to directive,
Traffic
to
rules.
traffic rules and regulation. At times when we fail to do this, that is when we find ourselves in such situations.
Okay.
Now, in as much as we continue to try our best, but remember, it may not be possible for us to be everywhere all the time. For example, now, the focus is like more on the Third Mainland Bridge because of the new rehabilitation, and that is now people are getting more overexcited, resulting in
Smoothness of the road, of the
so
bridge.
that's why at this moment now the attention is like more on the Third Mainland, but it is not as if we don't pay attention to this other area. If you go into records, you agree with me that the number of road traffic accidents in this other two, especially in the recent time, is not like that of the Third Mainland Bridge. That is lower. So it is not as if we are not working on the
Kata
two other,
Bridge and Eko
Kata
Bridge.
Bridge and
Eko
Eko Bridge. But presently, where we need more
Attention.
is especially to curb the excesses of people. That's why we have presently more attention on the. So by and large, what we do is continue to appeal to people. If you cannot solve a problem, don't add
To it.
to that problem. Don't add to that problem. You see, at times we behave as if we live in another world. When you know that if you block the road, definitely you are blocking yourself. You are blocking yourself. Then you block people, you know that yes, you are creating problem, yet you still go ahead. You have seen people that have done it before, and you know the effect, yet we go ahead indulging in it. So what we need to do is to still continue to talk to people. There is need for us to change our attitude. If we cannot solve a problem, we must not be part of that problem or add to the problem.
Once again, Mr. Lucas Ogunatade, I want to thank you for finding time to stand in for the sector commander. Tell him we'll be very, very eager to see him, to receive him. Viewership of Transport Line is working for him. Thank you very much for finding time to come.
Thank you so much.
Before I round up, I want us to recall that I think about 3 episodes ago, we brought in the general manager of Lagos State Waterways Transport Authority, LASWA, Oluwadamilola Emmanuel. And he did inform us that we shall soon have fast ferries that we add to the smoothness and efficiency of inland waterways transportation in Lagos State. I want to appreciate him and congratulate the Lagos State government for walking their talk. That M1 pilot scheme has started, I think yesterday. It will run till about Friday. That way, we had to Ikorodu, Ebutero, CMX axis, Falomo, and Badore axis, just to make sure that we take more people off the road, we take more vehicles off the road. But most important thing, kudos to the Lagos State government for walking their talk. Now, please be humble, be compassionate. Times are still very hard. That way, we reduce the tension in society. The way you talk to people is very, very important. It's not only about money. When they come for assistance, please be humane in your utterances to them. Be compassionate. Till next time, bye bye for now.